What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Allegedly Elise, and I'm here to give you my thoughts and my opinions on Ready to Love. Let's talk about it. Before we get started, quick shout out to Alexis Marie, Firstborn Rights, Key Dig, and Lee Pepper. Thank you so much for your comments last week. Also, thank you to my other subscribers. It truly means the world to me that you choose to support me. Thank you so much. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I hope that something is said or done to move you to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. We pick up exactly where we left off last week, with David interrupting Liz. David is trying to self-eliminate so he can always say, I quit the show didn't quit me. Whatever floats your boat, you still off the show. Bye, David. Alexis ignores Ron's childish behavior and lets him know that he is not ready to love. And being the man-child that he is, he says to Alexis, I thought you were smarter than that. Alexis says, you see this right here? This is what I'm not getting ready to put up with. And Ron continues to try to hurt her by saying that he went out on a date with Amber and they kissed. And that he's been done with this since that kiss. Ron, did you not have a conversation with your ego before you got on the show? I mean, there's always been that chance that you could possibly be eliminated. You knew that, right? Nah, not you, Ron. Because you're God's Earth's gift to women, right? Alexis says, well, let me get back to the show. Be safe getting home. Anyway, the men who were not eliminated meet up with Tommy at the sugar room. He lets them know that they're headed off to the ranch, way out in the middle of nowhere. The cast arrives at the ranch and Jason seems to be in love with the puff sleeve that Liz gives us daily. Wow. Okay, Amber says in her interview that Ron shared with her that Joelle actually picked Kyra a couple weeks back. I'm sure not getting masculine vibes from you right now, Ron. I'm getting feminine vibes. I mean, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story, Ron. That man was just fuming from an argument that him and Vernisha had right before he walked in. He told you all that. That's the only reason he picked Kyra. Amber decides to rain on Joelle and Vernisha's happy parade by asking Joelle, wasn't Kyra your number one? To Vernisha's point, she says, just because we have an argument, that doesn't give you the right to go and pick another girl. We will have arguments. There's more to come. And with that, Vernisha says, I need a moment, please. Later, while the men are cooking, the ladies sit outside and share what they hope to get out of this trip. Vernisha says clarity. Amber says a different connection. And Alexis says a made-up mind. Meanwhile, Kyra admits that she cannot make up her mind between the two guys that she likes, but she admits that her strongest connection is with Jason. And with that, Liz's puff sleeves start to deflate. Inside, the men are talking and Jason and AJ decide that they need to have a talk about Kyra. AJ says she's saying your name, but it's me that she wants. I feel like a song should go there, but I won't do it. Later, Jason and AJ take Kyra and Liz horseback riding. What in the big love seeking sister wives is going on? Y'all come on and choose. Back at the house, Joelle and Vernisha try to talk things out. Vernisha asks, why are you so quick to throw me away and run off with Kyra off of one miscommunication? Joelle, if I was you, I'd just sit there. Don't interrupt that lady. Vernisha says, I have never not chosen you, no matter what. But what I need y'all to choose to do right now is to get away from my food while y'all arguing. Joelle can't seem to understand why this is so important to Vernisha, so she walks away and talks with Amber, while Chris speaks with Joelle. Amber asks, what's a happy medium? And Vernisha says there isn't one because he won't own up to what he did. Chris explains to Joelle why Vernisha is so upset, and Joelle says that's not the case. I've already owned up to what I've done. When? I missed it. Chris literally has to chop and screw this for Joelle to understand it. The fact that this happened 2 weeks ago, and your girl had to find out about this in a general conversation, you messed up. Chris says you need to stand and own your sugar honey iced tea. Be a man about this. You need to reassure this woman because right now she's hurt. Jason and Liz take a moment away from the group and Liz is having general conversation when Jason says, I can't take this no more. I got to kiss those lips. And I'm not talking about a mother of the church peck on the cheek. Jason says he now has some explaining to do to Kyra. The couples all meet back up for dinner and Joel makes a beeline for Venetia. He apologizes and they finally make up. Meanwhile, Alexis wants to know why AJ is not returning her phone calls. She asks how AJ feels about their communication, in which he stutters through and never actually gives her a true answer. Wait a minute. AJ says because Alexis is expecting basic communication from this basic man, he's not signing up to take on her past. But 3 weeks ago when you were meeting with Kyra, you blamed your past as to why you suck at dating. I don't know why AJ is feeling himself so hard when he's literally a space filler. The couples all meet back up and they play Truth or Dare. It gets to Jason and Venetia asks for Truth or Dare. He says truth. So she asks, is it true that you're torn between 2 women? In which he says yes. Venetia then asks, who are you feeling the most? In which he does not answer. And this bothers Kyra. She says, you know what? Just man up and say that you've moved on. Next, AJ chooses truth as well, to which he's asked the same question, and he says yes, he is torn between 2 women. He basically says they're both similar, but he's torn between something new, which is Alexis, or something familiar, which is Kyra. Everyone wants to know how things went with Ron and David's elimination. Liz shares that David says that he is self-eliminating, to which everyone has a nice little chuckle. When it gets to Alexis, she shares just how disrespectful Ron was to her. She continues to share that Ron said that he went out on a date and kissed Amber. In Amber's interview, she says that Alexis could have called her. Yeah, and y'all could have 3-wayed Venetia so you tell her about Joel at that time. Sis, you just as wrong. Alexis says that she's hurt because Amber listened to her woes, gave her advice, and even prayed with her. And now she's looking at her like a Judas. And y'all, that's where we leave it. So, I want to know, did David actually self-eliminate? And how would you respond to Ron if you were Alexis? Let's chat about it down in the comments. Until the next time, I'm allegedly Elise. Peace.